guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am back with another notebook review. So Mint Printcess actually contacted me to see if I would be interested in one of their notebooks, and I had seen them around Instagram before. I actually had an Instagram friend who got one, and so I could see like some of her pages and stuff, and they look like really cool notebooks because they look a lot like the Erin Condren notebooks. So of course I said yes, I would love to check one out and share it with you guys and let you know what I think. So without further ado, I'm going to do an unboxing and a review of the Mint Printcess notebook. So as you can see, I have, let's cover up my address. I have not even opened this, so you guys are going to see my first impressions. So let's see. And first off, can we just talk about how adorable the packaging is? Like, I love that there's these huge stickers. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway, so let's go ahead. Oops. Oh my gosh, it's taped on the sides too. Hold on. Let's see. There. And there we go. Much better. All right, so see if I can get this all in. Oh, look at the packaging. That's just so pretty. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take everything out of the box so that I can get everything like in frame. Otherwise, I'm going to have issues trying to film this. Hold on a second. Let me move my little peanuts. Oh gosh. Oh. Here. There we go. Okay. Oh, look. So, hold on a second. So, first off, what was in the actual package? So, there's this little card. So, thank you so much for the purchase. And if you guys are interested, I will definitely link everything down below. Let's focus. I will link everything down below, but their Instagram is right there. Oh, it's such a cute little logo. Then I have, I'm guessing, the invoice. Hold on, whoops. And this normally would be the receipt. I opened it up to see what it was, and this is actually a note from Mint Printcess because they sent this to me for free to do a review for you guys. So I'm not going to read the whole letter, but basically this would normally be the receipt that you get with the pretty like mint paper and the little sticker closing it. And then they have this. Now, what is this? I don't understand what you, oh, it's like pop socket. Is this the thing? I think I keep hearing about these, like recently they've just been coming to my attention. Let's see. So you've got, okay, so you like stick it, sorry, I'm like off camera here. So you like stick it on your phone. And this you can stick on your car. So it's a thing for your phone. I'm going to have to investigate more. I'm sure that there are people out there who are like, Caitlin, duh, this is what this is. But I've actually never seen one of these in real life before. So you can like undo it and move it. Oh, so that's cool. I like that you can actually like move it around because I don't want to have something like that stuck on the back of my phone like forever because that might get kind of annoying. And then you can like mount it on different things. So that's a really cute thing to include in there. So, all right, hold on. Sorry, I got like really distracted by that. Let's move that. All right, so this is the notebook, and I think I still have a couple of little popcorns. Hold on a second. Ah, they stick everywhere. Nope, he's not coming out yet. Okay, so I've got little popcorns in the spine, but that's okay. It'll come out. So I chose one of the pre-done covers. So it's just like this black with the little like blue and then the mint coil, and then I just asked her if she would put Miss Scott on the front because I actually have already decided that I want to try and use this as my teacher bullet journal next school year, so for the 2018 to 19 school year, because as I've mentioned before, you guys, like the one I'm currently using is awesome. However, I'm using the A4 Master Slim, and it's already like a weighty journal, and I only have 3 classes this year, which means that next year, if I have more classes, I'm going to need to have more room for like just all kinds of other stuff. So I thought that this would be the perfect thing to do for my teacher bullet journal next year. It's a little bit smaller. So it is, to give you a comparison, let's see. So my Loic term, it's basically, it's a tiny bit like taller, like the pages themselves are about A5, but the cover has like a bit of an overhang to protect, and then it's what, like an inch and a half longer. I don't even know, but like, you know, it's a good like most of a finger longer. So it's going to be nice like square pages, and I'm hoping that that will still give me enough room, even though it's not as big as an A4. Hopefully it'll still give me enough room to do what I need to do in terms of planning and all that kind of stuff. I'll just have to like actually write a little bit smaller. But anyway, so moving on to checking out this notebook. So front cover has Miss Scott in a nice calligraphy. Back cover is just the same thing. Then you have, oopsie daisy, the like hard laminated cover. Like this seems pretty sturdy, which is awesome. And then a little place marker ruler, which is fabulous. So I'm assuming I can take that out. Yep, I can take that out. Cool. Oops, let's put that back in there. I feel like that one is one that I would put on like a monthly so that I wouldn't have to move it as frequently, because it snaps in there really good. There we go. And then, oh, there are my other popcorns. Just fell out. And then I've got you've got the Mint Princess logo on the front here. So, whoops, oh my gosh, I'm finding popcorn everywhere. So that is just like a standard piece of paper, and it is actually on dot grid paper on the back. So what I actually asked for was if she could do a mix of papers. So I'll show you from the side. So I asked for a mix of craft, cream, and mint paper, so that I basically have 3 sections in here. So here you go up at the front. There are a couple of like different pages. So they offer like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 different colors. Like there's a ton of different ones. So this gives you a bunch of different pages, which is really cool, because then I feel like, you know, I could do like an index on these first 3 pages, and maybe do like my year at a glance on here, you know, like I can use them for different purposes. And let me see if I can get, I apologize guys, like the lighting right now is awful, and if I turn on my other light I get a shadow, so I'm gonna try and fix this in editing, but hopefully you guys will be able to see. But they're like the standard 5mm spaces between the dots, and it looks like, oops, as I'm catching on my cord, there we go. So it looks like, so there's actually, these are different color papers. I'll do it like this. So they actually have dots that are kind of close to the paper color themselves. So let me go ahead and skip. Like you can see the blue ones are like slightly blue dots, and then getting into the craft paper. So there's a couple of like extra pages up at the front that are in different colors. Resume, resume. There we go. And then a bunch of the craft paper, which is like nice and sturdy feeling. So I've got a third essentially, and I need to look back at her Etsy shop to see how many pages. I want to say it's like somewhere around 180, 140, something like that, but I will confirm that. So I just asked for a third, a third, a third. So that's my craft section up front. I've got my cream section here, and then I've got my mint section. And then at the back, whoopsie daisy, come on. The back just got a little like back facing page that's got the logo again. And on one side I've got the dot grid, so I can actually still use the paper up until the end. And then on the very back I just have the cover. So let's see, hold on a second. Now the only thing with these spiral guys is you have to be careful that they don't start unwinding on you, but it does have a nice like overhang here where I feel like it's gonna like kind of protect itself and keep it from getting uncoiled too much. Oops. So let me, gosh, you see me like wiping off. This is just like popcorn everywhere. That's why. So what I'm going to do now is I want to go ahead and do a pen test on the back page so that we can see how this works. So I think that, actually, hold on. I'm having a hard time trying to feel if the paper is all the same. Because like I know the craft paper is definitely a little bit thicker, but I'm wondering if I should go ahead and do a pen test on one of the mint, or if it'll be okay on one of these back pages. I feel like they feel pretty good. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it on the mint, because that'll be one of the pages that I actually like use in here. So I am going to collect my pens really quick and give you guys a pen test. All right, so I am not going to do all of the same pens that I have done in previous pen tests for reviews and stuff, just because if I'm using this for a teacher binder, like I'm going to use slightly different pens. So I am going to give you an idea. I'm going to do my microns, since I do draw spreads with that. I'm going to do my top 3 brush pens. So I've got my Tombow, my Funosuke, and my Pentel Sign pen. I've got the Copper Faber-Castell because that one's a nice, like, kind of rich pen, so that'll give you a decent idea if it's going to bleed through or not. I have my Everyday Writer, the Inkjoy gel pen, and then my main writer in my teacher bullet journal is actually a Papermate Flare. So instead of doing any fountain pens, which I realistically am just not going to use in a teacher bullet journal, I'm going to show you what it's like with a Flare pen. And I use these pretty exclusively. I have a couple different colors that I use, so I feel like that'll be a pretty good test. And what I'm actually going to go ahead and do is just do it like this, because otherwise my poor lefty self is going to just like run into this spine. So I'm just going to do it like so. So let me see if I can zoom in a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and time lapse you guys and do all of the pens, and then I'll come back and show you at the end how they all worked, so that way I can let them dry and I'm not like wasting time trying to like explain and let them dry at the same time and that kind of stuff. So I'll be back soon. So that is all of the pens. So I tried to do kind of the standard way that I write with them, and then a little swatch of like more concentrated ink to see how it worked out. And let's go ahead and check. So let's see. Oops. So there's a bit of ghosting that I can see more when I like angle it, because I've got light coming in from over here. I can definitely see ghosting. But like this, I actually, and actually let me go ahead and do it on like the facing page. But like this, I definitely don't see a ton. Like you can see it, that is true, but like even less than a like term, I would say. And it does not look like any of them bled through. And I will, just for comparison's sake, let me just go ahead and do a fountain pen really quick. I just have my extra fine, which tends to like dig into the paper a little bit more, so that might give us a good idea. So let's just do really quick. Lamy, extra fine, and a little swatch. There we go. So just for comparison's sake. So here, and honestly, it looks fine. I mean, if you had a fountain pen that dropped down like this is, where is it? I can't even see it on the back here. Here we go. So it's like right on this line here. So like you can barely see it. And I have to say, like, if you had an ink that was like, or a pen that really put down a ton of ink, like a flex nib, then yeah, it might go through on you. I have to say, even looking at like feathering, whoops, let's see if I can actually get in frame. Oops. So even looking at something like feathering, it looks pretty good, which usually if a pen's gonna feather, it's gonna be the fountain pen. But the rest of them all look nice. So I will definitely look on her Etsy shop and see if I can find any information about the paper like weight. And I will also go ahead and give you guys how many pages are actually in the notebook and all of that kind of stuff. But I have to say I'm really pleased with the pen test. It looks like all of the pens that I would realistically want to be using in here are gonna do just fine. Like there's definitely not very much ghosting at all, which is fantastic. And it's kind of cool. Let me go ahead and zoom back out. It's kind of cool having a square notebook. Like I don't really have any of those, and it's kind of fun. So definitely I'll have to see. Like I said, I want to use this as my teacher binder. So hopefully the size will actually work out, because this is definitely a very different size from what I'm working on. But just as a standard kind of notebook, I'm really happy with it. Like, it's a nice, like, it's actually very light, but it feels like the cover feels sturdy and all that. If you want to use this as a bullet journal, obviously things to keep in mind are you don't have an index and you don't have the pre-numbered pages, but I mean, realistically, that's not a huge deal to go in and do yourself. And she's really open if you want to do any sort of like custom notebooks. Like if I wanted, I could have had a different cover. However, I just really like the simplicity of this one, just like the black and white basically. And you know, she was really willing to give me different color pages, like so that is the one really nice thing about having a small company like Mint Printcess. I mean, they run through Etsy, which I will definitely link them down below, but that you can get in contact with her and you have more flexibility in what you end up with. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about the notebook, if there's some like statistic, or not statistic, if there was some sort of like specification that I forgot to put, or that I forget to put in the description box, go ahead and leave it in a comment. Otherwise, let me know if you have tried out the Mint Printcess. What did you use it for? How did you like it? I have to say that I am really excited for the next school year already, because I want to set this guy up, but obviously that has to wait because I have to finish setting up for 2018 first. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.